Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from the outskirts of the internet, this is the Gaming Saloon. For December 27th, 2013, with your host, Beastmaker2448 and Rampant Epsilon.
Yes, I'm actually here this time.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, because of a Twitch update, there's a minute delay on the stream now. Like, nothing I can do, straight up minute delay. I have not tested it because I've not had you to help test this, but yeah. There's just a flat minute delay now. Because of their buffering.
That's so stupid.
Just, yeah. Welcome to every single comment every single Twitch streamer has said in the past week. Hopefully they can get it back down to like 30 seconds, because that would be fine. But a full minute delay is ridiculous.
I know.
So yeah, folks. If you say something in chat and we don't answer immediately for like a minute, that is why. Because I'm not even. Hopefully they can get it back down to like.
I've not heard my phone go off with the normal email. Of course, I've also got it on vibrate, so I might not.
Haven't heard mine go off either, but I was just testing it to see audio balance. Because, oh, by the way, folks, I'm the one streaming this week, because Tommy's still having internet issues.
Yeah, it's a case of if I did stream tonight, then you could pretty much guarantee that I would not be able to stream the next time. So, it's just better off to let Pace do the streaming and me just kind of be here.
Yeah.
At least this way we can get the shows going.
Alright. We've got a few things to talk about. And a big old attempt to recap this year. Although I fully expect of us to ramble on and probably attempt to try to go somewhere, but not quite. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. But we are going to try anyway. But first up, we got our articles to talk about this week. And first up, we have... Well, apparently someone mouthed off a little too quick about Smash Brothers.
Oh, God.
Because apparently somebody said the Smash Brothers for the Wii U and 3DS was coming out this spring. And that's not true.
Why would they have a Smash Brothers release in the spring?
I don't know.
That would seem to me one of their bigger franchises. That would just feel to me like a fall release, not a spring release.
Yeah. Let's see, apparent tweet, Sakurai said that the recent rumors is false, and the official release date for Smash Bros. Is sometime in 2014, not specifically spring. A Nintendo Germany representative said Mario Kart 8 and Smash Brothers were launched for Wii U in spring 2014. Apparently that was a misquotation. How misquotated do you have to be that says it would come in spring 2014?
I know, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Nintendo has yet to reveal any footage for Smash Brothers on the Wii U outside of video demonstration for E3 2013. No, they have. They have like half a dozen trailers. It's like every single character we get footage of the game. And you can't tell me that's not real time, because I'm like, no, that's real time. That's Smash Brothers. Let's see. And a stat on the Wii U as of September 30th has officially sold 3.91 million units. And they hope to sell 9 million units worldwide by the end of March. So they're more than halfway there. So, what do you think? Of someone being dumb?
Well, you know, that tends to happen.
Yeah.
One person thinks they hear something, says something, and it's wrong.
Yeah. Gotta love that it's a Nintendo of Germany representative that was misquoted.
Yeah.
I love to think that he just read something wrong and he just said it. It's like, oh, we may get it out in spring 2014, or like the some type
Well,
of like beta version will be ready in like spring 2014, and it's gonna be till fall till it's released. And he's like, oh, it's coming out in spring. Eh,
well, if you look at the article that it links to,
yeah.
the title of it says Nintendo Wii U could get Mario Kart and Smash Brothers by next spring.
So this is not the fault of the representative. This is the fault of the internet.
Exactly.
God damn it, internet! You fail me on a weekly basis with this show. You find ways to fail me. It's like, oh, we're going to misquote a representative that said it could. Even though I think at this point, anyone who says could when it comes to anything released is immediately like, oh, it will release then, because that's just how people roll. All right, shall we move on to the next one?
I guess so.
All right, we actually got some new details on Destiny in the form of the foes you will be battling against in Destiny. So we actually know more about Destiny than we did, like, God knows how many weeks ago, but when we actually got something on Destiny that wasn't beta related. Alright, let's see. We'll be facing off against 4 races of vicious aliens: the Fallen, Cabal, Vex, and Hive. All be vying for supremacy throughout the entirety of Destiny. And art director Christopher Bowdett discussed some of the unique qualities of each of the races. Let's see, the Fallen, Destiny's version of space pirates, nomadically roaming the universe. These pirates have 4 arms on their bodies, and rustic submarine-style mechs and vehicles. See, the Cabal is a large militaristic empire of rhino-like beasts, wielding huge capital ships and giant tanks. Everything about these guys is big, meaning they'll try and overwhelm opponents through sheer force. They're gruff, but they're really ordered as well. Said Barrett. They have a hierarchy.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, hierarchy. It's sort of the back and forth of the beast that are very gruff and aggressive, mixed with the kinds of orders and kinds of cool thing to play with. The Vex, a mix of man and machine, so cyborgs. They can create warp gates to the universe to call in reinforcements at any time from any time. Oh, goody. Time travel.
Time travel.
Oh, goody.
And what's bad is we both said that at the same time.
Yeah. Alright, their origins are shrouded in mystery, and their architecture is confounding, making them alien in just about every conceivable way. Oh goody, the race that will probably be, like, in-game material. Because I guarantee you they're not going to reveal shit about them until the end.
Probably.
And finally, the Hive. Barrett refers to the Hive as Destiny's space zombies. Well, can't have an FPS without zombies these days, so there we go.
Pretty much. Well, I mean, this is Bungie. They're the ones that introduced the Flood to everyone.
True.
Zombies are kind of there because of them.
Alright. Let's see. Since they've kept themselves alive through unknown magical means, their designs are inspired by a mixture of fantasy and goth, and they can be recognized by their sarcophagus-style ships. So they're going headlong into the whole death theme.
So they're zombies mixed with vampire tendencies.
Yep. That, or they'll turn out to be mummies, which will be close enough. And it's Destiny's Battle for Submersion begins on September 9th, when it hits Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3, and with a beta at some point before that.
Oh, yeah.
So, what do you think of Destiny's foes with the little we got?
They sound interesting.
Oh yeah, I'm totally gonna call Vex to be like the final bosses of the game. It's like as soon as
I
you,
could see them being the reason why you're able to uh, possibly move through other worlds.
yeah,
I could see world travel possibly being a potential, which could bring it into a series game instead of just a one-off.
yeah. Actually, I'm gonna call like the enemy order up front. It's like the Fallen are gonna be first because they're the pirates. They really don't have any order, so you just kind of run into them randomly as they're kind of trying to pick on Earth. The
And they're
Cabal,
going to be the ones that you just pick off and go on about your day.
yeah, I'm gonna say the Cabal and Hive will probably be your mid game foes. You might have either or introduced first, but you're gonna have that, and they'll probably collide because let's see, we have the space zombies and the largest military force in the game. They're gonna throw them against each other to create kind of a
Oh yeah,
triangular war. And the Vex might will probably be sprinkled throughout, but they're mainly gonna come in towards endgame. So I'm calling it here right
I
now.
wouldn't I wouldn't be surprised too if you don't see something kind of referencing Halo in terms of maybe the Cabal wind up being the reason why the Hive is there,
Yeah.
kind of deal.
Mhm.
Kind of have the whole Covenant flood scenario there.
Yeah.
The flood got loose because the elites were stupid.
Yeah.
And that's just putting it simple.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, I if this game doesn't have a a few noticeable Halo references, I would be surprised. Because
Like
I'm
I said, I could see subtle hints to it like that.
yeah.
Where if you paid attention to the story, you'll notice it. Otherwise, you'll just think, this happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, I'm still waiting for the very obvious Master Chief reference. Waiting on it. I know you're doing do it, Bungie. That or a very obvious reference to Cortana. One or the other. Because you already got the spark in this game. Kind of. Alright. Shall we move on from there?
We shall.
Alright. Next up, we're back to U.S. surveillance talk.
Oh God.
I threw this in because we talked about it last time, but the surveillance in the various games, and this was also in the RSS feed. So, the kind of the headline says it all. Federal judge says mass surveillance by U.S. government is likely unconstitutional. You
Well,
think?
duh.
See, a federal judge ruled Monday that an NSA board. Just kind of look. Position is allow the government to appeal. U.S. District Court judge ruled in a lawsuit brought by a conservative activist named Larry Callum that the legal challenge to the mass surveillance program would likely succeed on the grounds that it violates the Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. Judge issued a preliminary injunction against the program, but suspended the order to allow an appeal by the Justice Department. The DOJ said it was reviewing the decision. So yeah, pretty
Hmm.
much. Guy goes, yeah, this is probably unconstitutional, and just going from there. So
Uh,
what do you think?
I think it's unconstitutional. Period.
Yeah, I mean, if you clearly violate one of the amendments of the Constitution, you have a problem. Like serious problem. Of course, it doesn't help that you remember last time where in the article we read, it's the NSA said that even if even if it was made illegal, they would still do it anyway.
Yeah.
So I have to
Yeah.
wonder, well, how much will this change? The NSA don't give a shit, apparently.
But something unconstitutional like that, the whole NSA could be broke down.
Yeah,
Because the reason why the Constitution's there is to keep that crap from happening.
yeah. Let's see.
So,
Uh, caught the second to last paragraph, the second to last part here. Similar cases are hitting the federal courts, challenging the Justice Department's argument that such wide-scale surveillance is necessary to keep American and American interests safe. I highly disagree with that.
I disagree with that. Because, okay, we're streaming right now.
Mm-hmm.
I could sit here and, for instance, say that I'm going to blow up some big national building or whatever.
Yeah.
That does not mean I'm actually going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Talk is cheap.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do that, catch me go buying the stuff to do it with.
Yeah. That's that's kind of my thinking with this. I'm like, well, you can surveil the entire American populace all you want. If people know about this, criminals are not that stupid. They will smarten
No.
up. They'll be like, oh, so I just won't be on the internet. Ever.
You might catch like 1 out of 10,000 that are dumb enough to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like hackers. If they're going to go hack someone's databases, they're not going to blabber about it all over the internet before they do it.
Yes.
They might do that after they've done it, but not before they do it.
Yeah, but they'll claim responsibility after the deed's already done, aka anonymous.
Uh,
But what do you? I have to wonder how efficient this is. I mean, how efficient is it to surveil the entire American populace, to wiretap phones and do all that stuff? It doesn't seem effective. You know what you should track? Public information. Like Facebook. Anything anyone posts on Facebook is public for anyone to read unless they say otherwise.
yeah.
So you need to surveil those areas. Things that won't be unconstitutional to look at. Or, against the law to look at and maybe require a warrant. Like wiretapping a phone. Or putting a camera in somebody's house. Those things.
Or using the Connect to Big Brother people. I had to say it.
Yeah.
I had to say it.
Oh, dear.
I figure we're reverting back to all the other stuff we've said this year. I might as well.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, it's... it's troubling to hear that, the government is spying on you 24/7. But then I also have to go, the fuck's the point? Why spy on everybody? You're having so much information at that point that anything that might be important is going to slip through the cracks more than likely. Just think about that. Like, let's say you wiretap every single cell phone and home phone in America, and you record everything they say for 1 week. Can you imagine how many hours, if not days, of content you have at that point? I mean, I'm sure you could do run it through this program that pings it for every keywords, but think about that. I mean, how many times are you going to have a ping for the keyword and it actually turn out to be anything?
Seriously. Especially if you get in games like FPSs.
Yeah.
Sneak around that corner and I'll kill him. Guess what? That would ping.
Yeah.
You're talking about a game.
Mm-hmm. Just... Alright, question. Anyway, anything else to say before we move on to the next one?
Not really.
Alright. Moving on, it's time to talk Call of Duty.
Oh God.
Analysts describe Call of Duty Ghosts year-over-year sales as troubling. Let's see, even though Activision warned earlier in the year that it's expected this year's iteration of the Call of Duty series to be down compared to last year's Black Ops 2 because of the transition to a new console system, Cohen analyst Doug Krutz is sounding alarm bells with investors today. The analyst noted that sales of the franchise year over year are down 19%. That could ultimately be down a little lower than that for the life of the title. So, for like, what, the next year? Just saying. The life of this game is a year, at best.
Yeah.
See, upon further reflection, we think the Call of Duty numbers are a bit more troubling than they first appear, said Kurtz, who went on to say that the PS3 360 versions of the Call of Duty Ghost released almost 2 weeks earlier in November than Black Ops 2, which offset a portion of the sales drop, which would have otherwise been far worse. The year gap is only 19% thus far. This includes the 2 extra weeks of sales of 360 and PS3 versions versus Black Ops 2, August 2011's Modern Warfare 3, where the difference is only 1 week. The title is down 32% life to date. He knows that the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions arrived later in the month, but ultimately failed to make up the sales deficit. Okay. Okay, are they still making money? If so, then who cares? Activision sure don't. Especially when they're the ones that go, oh, the sales will be down this year. We'll make it up next year.
But that's the thing, they'll never make it up. And that's what he's kind of like. It's like, sales numbers are getting worse. They're not getting better here, guys.
Yeah. But
why is that?
Because you have a yearly title and people are starting to realize, I'm getting this game year after year, but I'm not enjoying it as much year to year.
Exactly. Not to mention, can you or can you not still go on Modern Warfare multiplayer and play online?
Possibly. I know you don't want to go on World at War because the first time I tried to hop on the multiplayer there, I ended up in a lobby that was hacked.
I think I could probably even go a step further and say Call of Duty 3 multiplayer. The servers are still up for.
Yeah.
Activision needs to close these servers down, forcing people to get the new titles. Until they go to doing that, the sales numbers are just going to drop because every year more and more people are going to be like, why am I paying for this game? Yeah. It's exactly what I've already got.
Plus, you're increasing your the amount of money you're spending on server costs year to year. It's like, okay, now we gotta add in more servers.
Even more of a loss.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, most of them will flock over, which will mean you can probably shut down 1-2 servers to make up for the new game.
Yeah.
But that doesn't help when you've got to buy 5 more servers each year to try to make up the numbers.
Mm-hmm. That's why I think EA closes down the servers after, I think, like 2 to 3 years for their sports titles.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Well, look at the Halo titles. They're in the same swamp right now, too. Because you can play all the way back to Halo 3.
Yeah.
Till they start closing servers down, you're not going to get people to keep moving up.
Oh, and speaking of Halo, I recently heard, I think it was off an IGN video, that according to somebody who was talking to a Microsoft representative, that a Halo 2 Anniversary Edition, essentially, is probably unlikely. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, I believe. I might misremember it, and that's a possibility, but I doubt it, even though I think that's what, like, fifth anniversary is coming up?
I don't know, honestly. I don't remember right offhand.
Halo 2's anniversary is coming up this coming year.
If I can find my case for PC, I probably can tell you. Of course, I don't know what I did with that damn thing. Of course, I'm sitting in front of the internet. 10 year.
10-year anniversary, okay. So, yeah, that's
Yeah,
coming up, but of anniversary.
November 9th, 2004.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay, now I see why I would doubt that, because if they were going to release it for the anniversary, it's like, okay, here's Halo 2 Combat, here's Halo 2 Anniversary, here's Halo 5.
Yeah, I could see that being highly unlikely.
Yeah. Like, earlier than that? Maybe. If they were going to do it. Alright. Anything else to say about the Call of Duty year-over-year sales?
No.
Alright, moving on. Maybe. There it goes. We got our first Xbox One TV series coming soon.
What the hell?
The what the hell? What the hell? What?
TV series.
Yeah, don't you know Xbox One can stream TV? They have their own original programming, like the Halo, the Halo series by Spielberg, I believe. I think is it Spielberg or yeah, it's Spielberg. Yeah, you forgot about that from the Xbox One announcement, didn't you?
Yes, because I tend to block out half of Xbox One simply because Microsoft was being stupid.
Alright. Alrighty then. Let's see. The first TV series will be a documentary on E.T. The Great Video Game Burial of 1983, where millions of copies of failed movie tie-in E.T. the Extraterrestrial were reported buried in New Mexico landfill, will debut in 2014 exclusively on Xbox. Microsoft announced today.
Huh.
Oh yeah, you know that story, right?
I think I've heard about it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's an actual thing, but if you want to know, you don't have to buy an Xbox One to learn about this. Icons did this exact thing. Icons had an entire episode dedicated to E.T. and the Atari, and a separate episode dedicated to the Atari, and a third separate episode dedicated to the fall of the industry. You know that period when like the Atari 5800 or stuff like that crashed the video game market, which paved the way for Nintendo to come in with the NES and have them take over the industry from there. Yeah. Entire episode dedicated to that. That's why G4 was awesome back in the day. They had great stuff like that. And they talked to actual people that were around in that time period. Like they were talking to former Atari employees, people who were around the industry at that time. Alright, let's see. The NT documentary series. The what?
By the way, there's another. Don't have to have an Xbox One for this. Very last line in it. It'll be on Xbox Live for 360 and Xbox One.
Oh, good grief. So I can watch not icons on my 360.
Have to worry about an Xbox One.
See, the E.T. documentary series, which will not document not only the excavation, but also the urban legends surrounding it, will be directed by Zach Penn. Avengers, X-Men 2 and Avengers. Two-time Academy Award-winning producers Simon Chin, searching for Sugar Man and Man on Wire, and Emmy-winning producer Jonathan Chin. Why do we have this many people talking about this? one of the oldest urban legends of gaming. I mean, I don't mind it having a star-studded crew, but why? Again, like I said, G4 did this back in the day, and they didn't have anyone famous a part of the production of that, as far as I know. It was still informative. That's all it needs to be, is to tell people about the urban legend. And I still don't think it's true. I don't believe so. It's been so long since I watched the Icons, and oh goody, people that can't stop playing ET. I don't know how bad this game is. I only know is it's that legendarily bad game. You know, it's that game you hear about, but you've never really played. It's like Superman 64. You always hear about how people shit on that game every chance they get, but you never really know how bad it is.
Good point there.
It's like, I have heard E.T. for the Atari 2600 is absolute shit, but I have not played it. So I don't know if that's true or not. Like how Final Fantasy VII is this legendarily awesome game, and I only just got around to it this past year. And I don't see what all the hubbub's about.
Of course, I'm sorry. I watched you while you streamed some of that,
Yeah.
and now I can rightfully compare them. I still think 8's better. Just saying.
I know the story through Spoody's. I kind of know the story through Spoody's like multi-part review of the game. All I know is time compression, and that's the. All I know is like all I really remember is like time compression, and somehow they are all in the same orphanage, and I'm like, what the, what? And I'm just thinking, it's like maybe something's left out of here. I don't know. Of course, I also know that A has a terrible mechanic that I would go, this is kind of a dumb mechanic. The magic draw system.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like, no. There is grind, and then there is absolute just fuck you. You are going to grind endlessly. That is fuck you.
Although, the magic draw system does have some backlashes, but yeah, we're not getting into that, so.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm sorry, though. There is problems with it.
Yeah.
In some ways. Especially for people that are gonna sit there and grind, but I still think 8's a little better.
Yeah. I just...
Of course, in all honesty, I liked the gameplay of 13. The story was long as hell and boring as crap, but I liked
Yeah.
the gameplay.
Yeah, I read up on 13.3's story recently, and I'm just like, well, that happens, and magic reset button. Like, literally, that's the end of the game. Magic reset button.
Oh, dear Lord.
It's like, magic reset button, except, you know, the world's now a little bit more boring than normal.
Oh, dear Lord.
Like, everyone
They
gets...
didn't, seriously.
Yep.
Oh,
In 13.3, at the end of the game, everyone gets normal lives. Like, I'm throwing this up here right now. Spoilers. The end of Final Fantasy 13.
Spoiler.
Yeah, end of 13.3. You defeat this, like, god person who's responsible for all the crap from, like, the past games. No, he's the one. I think he's, like, the person who made the Falsey or the Lost Sea or the Falsey, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck this person is. Some god person. He no happy. Essentially, you kind of defeat him. The world is reset, and the last shot is lightning on a train, on some random train, looking, dressed like regular people. And she's getting off the train to go hang out with all of your party members. Well, all of the playable characters you've had for like the past 3 games. And you get to have a normal life. Okay.
Magic reset button.
Yep.
What the hell?
Yeah, I've loved that. I've been watching a lot of reviews for Star Trek Voyager, and I've loved that, and I like that term. By the way, Star Trek Voyager, from what I've seen, is not that good.
Oh God.
They really love their magic reset button. Like, end of every week, magic reset button, magic reset button. And this is a show about people stuck out in the middle of space trying to get home. That's the point of the show.
Huh.
Yet they have magic reset button every week. Just about. You see the conflict there.
Yeah.
Alright. Anything else to say?
Not really.
Alright. Moving on. We get some more Year of Luigi stuff. We're getting Dr. Luigi.
Huh. I think you might have skipped one. I've misorganized mine, one of the two.
It was the first video one. It's supposed to be.
Oh, then I've missed. Wait, no. You skipped one.
I did.
You skipped one.
I'm gonna shut up now. We're gonna back up one. We're not talking about Dr. Luigi just yet. We're talking about DayZ. Oh, by the way, DayZ Alpha's out.
Huh.
Yeah. You can buy DayZ right now for $30.
For how many?
30.
Ah.
And just like how I told you, is exactly how they announced it. Oh, by the way, it's like they literally just one day, it's like, oh yeah, DayZ's out. Pick it up if you want. By the way, it's an alpha. So, yeah. And in its first 24 hours, generated $5.1 million. I say again, a $30 game that got announced out of nowhere. No build up to the release date, no nothing. Oh, by the way, here it is in an alpha version. Just made $5.1 million.
User in your channel timed out.
And Tommy went to reset his router, so goody. Alright, DayZ creator Dean Hall has been tweeting regular updates on the game's early success, but warned players that it may encounter bugs and or glitches. It is, after all, an early access game, which means it's by no means features complete or even close to being finished. It's $30 right now. See, after 24 hours, 172,500 copies of the game
User entered your channel.
sold, and 142,403 players were online. So, yeah. DayZ made $5.1 million in a out-of-nowhere release. Just imagine if they built it up. Now, I can speak to DayZ a little bit because I have seen some people play it. If you told me it was an alpha, and I didn't know that, I'd be kind of surprised because it doesn't look like an alpha.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't really seen any problems from the game, from the streams I've watched. If there are problems, it might be in spawning in loot in places you can't get them. Because I saw where a piece of loot was spawned behind these, like, racks of beds and you couldn't get to it. And there might be some other issues that I don't know about, but, yeah. Yeah. It doesn't seem like an alpha. It seems like more like a beta, per se, but... I don't know.
Seems too refined to just be an alpha.
Yeah. Like, it looks good. Like, pretty good for an alpha. So yeah, DayZ is out right now for $30. Oh, and I have also found out that you can actually take people hostage in the game.
Oh,
Like, you can legit take people hostage and use them as bait. You have to purify water. All the clothing stuff's there. It's a little bit finicky, but again, I would assume beta more than alpha at this point. Otherwise, it looks great. And oh yeah, sometimes your character model is kind of different than what you planned it to be. Like you might play as like create a character to be a guy, but you might end up a chick when you load into the server.
that's kind of funny right
Yeah,
there.
that that could happen, but could be worse. It could completely not make your character and or erase it. GTA, you had that problem. Thankfully, I wasn't affected by that. All right. Anything to say about the DayZ early success?
Uh, it's pretty impressive, honestly.
Yeah. I'd say they call it an alpha because it's like, oh, this doesn't have like half of what we planned, and I'm just like, you could sell this for $30, and everyone would be happy because this is more impressive than the mod. This is like better than the mod from what I've heard already.
Wow.
So yeah, if this is just the beginning of just like you buy in now at $30 and it goes up from there, I can't imagine what else they're gonna put in because they've already got plenty of stuff in that's pretty entertaining. Just
Hmm.
the viewer alone. All right, shall we move on to the thing I skipped? Well, this thing I skipped too.
Yes, we shall.
All right. As a part of the recent Nintendo Direct that came out this past week, before Nintendo's eShop servers shat the bed because of Christmas, Pokemon Bank, and Nintendo ID system, thankfully it's back up running today, so I could do some Chain Wonder trading, and somehow I ended up with the other two starters that I didn't pick, and one of them's Japanese.
Huh.
Took me about an hour to get there and get both of them, but hell, I got a Zora out of it at a certain point. But since I can get a Zora in white too, I kind of traded it away just to see what would happen. Alright. But yeah, we're getting Dr. Luigi. And it's actually coming out like the 31st. Wait, no, wait. It was listed in the Wii U eShop as being the 31st because I got a Wii U for Christmas. It's about the only thing they could surprise me with. I'll be honest, I was surprised at how long it is. Like, it's short, like, shorter than any current gen consoles, but lengthwise, it's pretty long. Like, I would
Hmm.
say, like, lengthwise, it's about the same size as the 360 from end to end. And somehow the gamepad is quite comfortable, even when you're playing a game. And you could totally not look at your TV and play the game at the same time. And play the game. Because it's synced.
Really?
Yeah, you could. Because the game on screen is being played on your on the gamepad as long as there's not like a something being taken up by the gamepad function wise.
Yeah.
So you could totally just like sit there and play on the gamepad. Alright. With that said, shall we look at this Dr. Luigi trailer? Because you know what? I kind of like Dr. Mario back in the day. And why not? It's the year of Luigi. You made a hard mode New Super Mario Brothers U that's based around Luigi, and it's pretty hard. Like you only have 100 seconds per level.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
All of them are redesigned to be harder. Um, ice physics the entire time because you know you're playing as Luigi,
Right.
and you can't play as Mario.
Huh.
Alright, you ready?
I guess so.
Alright, this will be the true test of my streaming capabilities. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Peggy 3.
Louder. Ow.
I love how Dr. Luigi looked. I love how Luigi looked bored there for a second. It's like another boring day being a doctor because Mario steals all the glory. Oh, hey, random viruses from space. Operation L? What is... Oh, dear.
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh, God, no! No, I don't... Oh, no. They
Multiplayer.
yeah, I'm just like, oh, no. They turned Dr. Mario into Tetris with some of them blocks.
Ah.
And as I said, because the gamepad is completely synced, you can totally do that. That is not outside its realm of capabilities. At all. Okay, but apparently they have it mislabeled in the system. Because it's totally said it was coming out the 31st. But yeah. That was odd. But we have something even odder that I didn't put into the articles, and I didn't grab the trailer for. But I will describe this to you. Okay? Imagine Legend of Zelda crossed with Dynasty Warriors.
Huh.
That's actually coming out.
Jeez.
It'll be called Hyrule Warriors. Which, honestly, from the looks of it, it's like, you know what? I give this thing a shot. Especially since I have a Wii U now. This sounds like one of them ideas. It's just like, I'd try it just cuz. And I put in something else from Nintendo Direct. Oh wait, no, never mind. I didn't put anything else in from Nintendo Direct. Yeah. The other thing was, Rosalina is coming to Smash Brothers. She's a new character announced. She kinda plays like Peach from what I've saw, except not really. Like, she has her little companion, like one of them Star Luna things. But instead of, like, using it just as a shield, she can use it kind of like a, I wouldn't say Shaco, but more like a mirror copy that can attack at the same time she does. So it's more like a Smoke from Mortal Kombat 9. Or not, no, not Smoke, Noob Saibot. And also, like, one of Morgana's supers from Marvel vs. Capcom. That seemed more like what it was. I know some people were like, why is she in there? No, she's just a Peach clone. Well, I'm like, no, she's not. She might share some similarities with Peach, but she is in no way, shape, or form a clone. Peach can't do what Rosalina can. And I also saw someone on my Twitter like swore vengeance on anyone who played Rosalina, who mained Rosalina.
Ooh.
It's like, you play Rosalina, I will hunt you down online and I will beat you to a pulp when I get Smash Brothers. So yeah. There's some hate there. But I don't see why. I mean, Galaxy was a popular series. Why not throw Rosalina in there? Hell, she's been slowly being a part of other Mario titles. She was in like the past 2 Mario Karts as a secret character. Okay, maybe not the last 2, but like in one of the recent ones, she was a secret character. And I think she was in Mario Party at some point, in some type of appearance. Although I could be wrong there, but she's been popping up a lot. So she's popular, I guess, and you know what? Throw her in there. I mean, we can't get Geno in there because, you know, copyright problems and all. I know how many people want Geno back. Geno in Smash Brothers. You know that who it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the problem. Pretty much everything that wasn't Nintendo that was in Super Mario RPG is owned by Square Enix. That's the problem. Square Enix owns the rights to Marlo. Well, not Marlo. Mallow, Geno. I'd say just about I'd say a bunch of other stuff in Super Mario RPG. Which is why they've never had them in there. Honestly, if they could, they would. But they can't. Which is why when they did another Mario RPG, Paper Mario, it wasn't in any way tied to Super Mario RPG because they can't do it. Because they don't own the rights to half that.
Right.
I don't know what people don't get about that. Nintendo and Square Enix need to get together and work something out. Just like how they got together with Capcom and let Mega Man in. Or with Sega and let Sonic in. Or with... Kojima and let Snake in. They need to do that. And I'm sure they've tried and they got turned down. Which is why it's not happened. So, anything else to say about anything I just talked about?
Not really.
Alright. Moving on. We have a free-to-play online space combat game that's based on Star Wars. Disney Interactive has just announced Star Wars Attack Squadrons, a free-to-play online space combat game for the PC. And it will support 3 PvP modes, including a 16-player free-for-all deathmatch, team battle, and base defense, where teams must either defend their base or coordinate an attack against an opposing team. That would be kind of interesting. There will be a ton of stuff to buy, upgrades, and personalization. Undoubtedly, you'll eventually be able to use real money to unlock content or boost XP gains. Regular updates, including new ships, items, and upgrades, are planned to roll out every month. You can join a beta by signing up with your Disney account and the game's official website. So this game will have a beta. I'm kind of excited for this. Just because it will be, again, one of those closest things to Battlefront we'll get till Battlefront comes out. Although this won't have the ground combat aspect, but who knows? This might get turned into a Battlefront, a big free-to-play Battlefront eventually. Do you have anything to say about this?
Not really that big into Star Wars, but I think this could be something.
Right. Shall we look at the trailer and see 50 seconds of a huge tease? I assume.
We should.
Alright, ready?
Yep.
Alright, looking at the Attack Squadrons announced trailer in 3, 2, 1, go.
Squad leader, we picked up a new group of signals. Enemy fighters coming your way. Copy.
Hi,
Accelerate to
R2.
attack speed.
Nice of you to cameo in this.
formation. Coming in hot. Can't shake 'em.
Well, isn't that one big reference to episode 4? I'm sorry, but that was one whole big old reference to episode 4. So, yeah, that looks interesting at least. I'd sign up for the beta. You got anything to say about this?
No.
Alright, moving on to, well, our last one. Didn't have that much. EA's being hit by a lawsuit. Wanna know what for? Glitches.
Huh.
Yep. On Tuesday, law firm Robbins, Geller, and Rudiman and Dowd filed a class action lawsuit against the publisher on behalf of investors who brought stock of the company between July 24th and December 3rd. The suit alleges that EA violated Security Exchange Act of 1934 by allegedly providing materially false and misleading statements about military shooter Battlefield 4 before the release of the game. Electronic Arts issued some physical guidance to investors based on the purported strength of the latest Battlefield title. The price of the Electronics are Stark steadily climbed on these statements. Reads the law firm statement version of the class action. However, after launch of the game on October 29th, after launch, but most obviously following the arrival of the PlayStation 4 version on November 15th, there have been numerous problems with the software, especially its online multiplayer component. Hundreds of players hit game forums and news sites complaining that they were unable to connect and were being continually booted from servers. Earlier this month, developer EA DayZ announced it would pull all other development projects on hold until the issues with Valve had been resolved. Also goes on point that after EA's announcement, stock value fell, closing at $21.01 on December 5th, seeing the share price down more than 28% from its last period high. Okay. So, essentially, EA is being sued because they released a buggy version of Battlefield 4.
Huh.
Two things. One, what does anyone expect at this point? Because most companies release a game that is a bit buggy. And sometimes some are buggier than others. Because, you know, Pokemon X and Y had a game-breaking bug to where if you saved at certain points in this one city, you'd have to erase your file. Because you wouldn't be able to play the game anymore.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was bad. It was kind of bad. Good thing is, it was identified early. Nintendo even released a map saying, don't save anywhere in these highlighted locations in this one city in the game. Again, I say anywhere in this, it's the biggest city in the game, but it's anywhere but it's just like specific locations in this one part, in this one city. That's it. Nowhere else did this happen.
Huh.
And it's kind of just odd, because it's like, you just have to save anywhere in these specific locations, and it just bugs out.
That's odd.
Yeah, it's an odd bug. Of course, you also have, like, anything that Bethesda comes out with, where, anything they do is a lot of buggy, but